Howdy, 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 my beautiful darling. Let's get into your daily tarot reading for January 9th on this Monday. See what's going to be happening, what messages we have from tarot. All right, see what your tarot horoscope is. So we have this 10 of Swords here, 10 of Wands. Ooh, darling, you have been unpacking a lot of heavy baggage, huh? And then this 3 of Cups coming in here. All right, so let's just start with this 10 of Swords first and foremost. This is inverted. I'm going to just hold this card up in the upright though, because y'all don't need to see this card upside down to get the message here, right? 10s represent closures to cycles. Because we have two different 10s stepping forward to you, take a shot every time I say 10, don't actually. All right, there's definitely some type of phase coming to an end. Now, I'm really actually happy about seeing this 10 of Swords in the reverse, because in tarot, when you see these when you see all these swords pointed upwards, which is what is the case when it's inverted, this represents communication. All right, I wouldn't be really surprised if someone comes forward to you that you've been having a lot of drama with. All right, a lot of drama. Just you might have been even spending over the weekend trying to figure out like what to do with this person. What is this person's intentions? What does it mean, and what have you here? All right, whatever the case is, it's been weighing heavy on you. 10 of Wands. All right, and so when you consider this 10 of Swords being in the reverse, representing the sense of where, you know what this really is? It's like after having like a really big fight or a really big misunderstanding with somebody, my beautiful, 3 of Cups comes in here. All right, now the 3 of Cups in a social way, this is like people coming together, sharing drinks and food together and just enjoying each other's company. Right, and more so in an objective way, the 3 of Cups can represent just a celebration over some really good news. All right, and so right off the bat, I feel like for you, be expecting the energy starting to push towards this here, where you're going to be receiving some closure, almost like it's this sense of where it's like letting bygones be bygones is really what I get here with this. And so if you haven't been really hearing communication from somebody due to, you know, maybe some type of fight, maybe you just have been too stressed out, or the other party has been stressed out here, the energy is definitely starting to go in such a way of where you guys are going to be able to reconnect and just enjoy each other company again and remember why you guys were even friends or lovers in the first place. Right now, in regards to objectives, right outside of the social situation, now this can also be covering in regards to you know, maybe you're having some you're really having some major anxiety over the weekend about a work situation, perhaps, is the first thing that comes to mind. Ace of Wands coming in here. Ooh, this is pretty powerful here. We'll get into this in a moment. And so if this is in regards to like a work situation or just something going on in your physical life where you're just like, oh man, like you're waiting on some news. That's really what I get with this here. It's just like you're waiting on some news, and it's just until like you got some type of message or some type of affirmation, it was just really weighing heavy on your chest. I would even go as far as to say, my friend, like you really weren't able to enjoy this weekend as much as you could because you just had so much on your mind where you're just like, all right, like I need to hear back from this here. But of course, like during the weekend, you don't really get to hear much from anybody. All right. And so then the extra positive message going forward with this here, with this 3 Cups, you know, this by definition, this represents good news, celebrating good news. You can even look up the 3 of Cups yourself and see that it represents positive news here. All right. And so while you may not get a direct answer today, I won't be surprised sometime during this week you receive some really positive news, or you start seeing signs in your environment or something around you that starts really instilling like a really good feeling for you. Really, it's this sense of where it's like not only are you having your anxiety be taken care of, but you're also having like, it's like you're able to start this next portion of your life here, like this next phase here. It's like once you go over this hump, then you have so much to be looking forward to. And that's why I was really excited when I pulled this Ace of Wands here for you, friend. All right, this is, to me, I see this Monday starting for you in a way where it's like you're feeling very motivated, very passionate, again in a social way. This is a card of lust, you know, strong attraction towards somebody. All right. And in regards to just objectives here, this is just like following in regards to some type of passion, something that you weren't able to do until you received some positive news, whether it's directly associated with this or something else that just gives you the sense of freedom of being able to go forward here. So we're really, I know most people don't really care for Mondays, right? But Monday seems to be a day that I would really strongly suggest for you to make the most of it. This seems to be very positive, light energy here. I would suggest for you to even take advantage of this energy as well and do some type of, if you've been, some type of manifestation ritual or some type of working of some type to have things increase in your favor, because energetically, this is all really fabulous, my friend. All right, so we have this Hanged Man and this Tower card coming in here. And now I know initially for anyone that's familiar with tarot, you're probably looking at this and you're like, oh, Velka, like what happened to all the positivity here? We just pulled the Tower card, right? But the thing about it is, darling, all right, remember what I was just talking about, my friend, with these two tens representing the closure of a cycle, right? And so it's the sense, the Tower represents a few things. A lot of people kind of just overhype the Tower and have it be something negative. But ultimately, the Tower just represents the ending of something where it's like there's no going back. What's done is done, and you have to just do nothing but go forward here. And because of this Hanged Man as well, this adds such a beautiful positive message for this in the sense of where it's like seeing something from a completely different side. All right, the Hanged Man is seeing life from completely upside down, that 180 change of view, right? And so you would correlate this in such a way where it's like socially, again, it's very much so just like letting bygones be bygones, bearing the hatchet, and just really ultimately moving on and moving forward with this person here. You may not be able to see them in the same exact light anymore, but overall, I see this from a place where it's just like, all right, this situation happened, but we can still make it work. We can still go forward here, all right? And in regards to just, jobs and objectives, projects that you might have going on right now, my darling, this Hanged Man just lets you know where it's like whatever anxiety that you're feeling, whatever that heaviness that you were feeling over the weekend, and maybe it was going on for a little bit longer than just the weekend here. It's like your life or just your perspective on life just is greatly altered because you're not having that major anxiety. You're not left in this place of constantly questioning. That's really what I get here. Beautiful. It's like you're this constant like questioning, being like, how is this going to turn out? What do I do with the situation here? You just a lot more. There's a lot more inspiration ultimately here. And so I'm going to pull a couple more tarot cards here, see if, because I do feel like there's like a final message that needs to be said here. Queen of Swords coming out, and then let's do one more. Ace of Swords going in here as well. And so this is kind of like a cliche of a message here, my friend, where it's just like, you were put through the ringer. You were dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety here. And now what Spirit really wants you to do going forward is, instead of just going like crawling back into your shell, not really connecting with people and not really going forward with anything because of what you've been having to deal with, right? You might not be interested in taking risks or anything like that. And I get that. And this type of message here, friend, it's like Spirit's wanting you to take note of things that have happened. It's that, that message where it's just like you can forgive but you don't forget, right? That type of thing here. And so especially when it comes to social situations here, someone might be coming in here asking for forgiveness in the coming days, or starting to go through the motions of reconnecting with you here. And Spirit's not telling you to just to just receive them with open arms and just what have you, accept them with complete love here. It's like, learn from what it is that they did, their behavior and all that. But you have two different aces. And as a tarot reader, when you see more than one ace paired in a reading like this, it's usually like the green light or like the go ahead of being able to go ahead and do something. And so while I'm never here to tell you what you should do with your life, right? Because I don't know your life. I don't know you personally, right? All the signs seem to be pointing towards, if you're open to it, you can go forward with confidence and knowing that things will be different this time around, that you can keep yourself protected, keep note of what happened, what caused all this drama in the first place and the complications in the first place. But I get like this message where it's just like it's safe to it's like several messages with this one phrase where it's just like it's safe to love, it's safe to take a risk, it's safe to, you know, fill in the blank here for you, my friend. So that's the tarot cards that I have for you today. Let's get into your daily mantra card as well, which is I let go of the shadow of the past of the let me repeat that. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. So you see how this message really correlates with this tarot reading in a social way. All right, and so it's definitely like that message where it's just like being able to see someone with the eyes of love again after like some major fights or misunderstandings and what have you. But I also want to be challenging you, friend, and you know, maybe you need to see yourself with the eyes of love again. All right, maybe you need to give you, I get like this distinction of where you need to give yourself some forgiveness and what your healing journey looked like, or just, I don't know, I feel like you're being a little bit too critical on yourself in some shape or form. So that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you today for January 9th, Monday, and I'll connect to you on Tuesday, my friend. I love you so much. Bye.